Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Friday. What do we call it? Fun Friday here at Balance Exercise. It is so nice to see you, Marjorie. Good afternoon. Great to see you as always. Mimi T in the house. Always a pleasure to have you here. And Matt, good afternoon. Always great to see you in class. I did it. No mornings. Okay, awesome. Fun Friday is the day where we take a slightly different approach to our foundations class format. We will be doing equal amounts of volume on our trunk and spine, upper extremity, and lower extremity segmental portions of the day. However, instead of orienting ourselves around parts of the body, we'll instead be orienting ourselves. What is happening with my pronunciation? We'll instead be orienting ourselves around configurations in space. So, for example, we'll be starting with a freestanding configuration, then we'll move to the wall. I haven't decided if we're going to do side lying or on our backs yet, and we'll finish on our fronts, okay? To be subject to change at my random act of whimsy. What I'd like you to do today is focus on the sensations in your muscles and joints as you go through these postures. Some of the postures will seem familiar just from a different configuration in space. Potentially some will be completely unique to the Fun Friday experience. So let's have some fun. We'll conclude the class with a mixed pack flow where we don't repeat any of the postures, and it'll have a bit of a bent towards the reaching oriented stuff that we would do on Wednesday. So let's have some fun. Let's have you start standing on your mats, grabbing the ground with all four corners of both feet. And we're going to do elbow and shoulder oriented work first. So I'll stand sideways. What I'd like you to do is bring your arms up level to the ground, okay? Keep your palms in. Your fingers can be relatively relaxed. And from here, I want you to simply flex your elbows all the way, go into a full elbow flex. Close things off here and squeeze. Now, to you, it might look like my elbows are pointed out. That's not deliberate. It's just what's called my carrying angle in this position. We've got 45 seconds in all of these postures. Your biceps are fully shortened at the elbow and partially shortened at the shoulder here. So you might feel a bit of an intense squeeze. And now let's have you straighten your elbows out. Hi, Esther. Straighten your elbows. Palms are still oriented in, and we're locking our elbows out. So we're not reaching forward too much. Your arms are just at a relaxed 90 degrees, and we're locking the elbow in this position. Your triceps, unlike your biceps, they're shortened at your elbow, like your biceps were, but they're actually somewhat lengthened through the shoulder. The triceps and the biceps are also shoulder muscles, in addition to being elbow muscles. Everybody's thinking, I thought they were arm muscles. And when I talk about what kind of muscle it is, I usually orient myself around the joint or joints that the tissue crosses. And let's have you just bring your arms down. Let the arms hang at your side. That's not something I would typically ask you to do. What I'd ask you to do now is tilt your head and neck. Excuse me, my fault. Tilt your skull on neck to the right. Just kind of Forrest Gump it, tilt it so slightly, and then twist up and around to the left. So you're tilted to the right, twisting to the left. You're really trying to get the lid off that jar. All right, come on back to center, untilt, and now tilt to the left with the skull on the neck and twist up and around to the right. If you've had a chiropractic adjustment on your neck ever, this might seem familiar. The skull on neck, the atlanto-occipital joint in professional speak, It's actually, in terms of degrees of motion available, one of the most mobile areas of the body. It's a good thing. It allows our heads to swivel around, look for danger, food, all that kind of stuff. And let's have you come back to center and untilt. Weight on your right foot. And what I'd like you to do is bring your left leg out just a little bit more, keeping your weight mostly on your right foot. It's not entirely on your right foot. Now just hover that left leg off the ground. And let's get into our Friday wobble posture. I like to have my hands up here. I don't know if it just feels safer or more stable. Slight bend in the standing knee, ideally having the outreached leg nice and straight. 20 seconds to go. Wow, that was a big pop. Oof. Okay. I don't know if you heard that through the AirPods, but would have been my elbow. And relax. Good. Let's have you with your weight on your left foot. Let's have you reach your right leg out to the side, and let's hover those right toes. And when it comes to one-legged balance, there's a real pride shame dynamic with it. We all think we should be able to do it flawlessly without any effort, and then we put our feet down and we say, oh, I'm so terrible at this. Yeah, you're supposed to be on 2 feet most of the time. That's why we're called bipeds rather than unipeds. So it's good to be able to do this. Practice as much as you can with as little concern for flawless as possible. Not Beyonce, you know what I mean? And relax. Good. Okay, that concludes the standing portion of the day. Where did I say we were going next? I think I said wall supported. So let's go wall supported. So let's have you with your left side oriented towards the wall. And we're actually going to, no, let's go right side oriented towards the wall. I'm sorry. We're going to stick with the lower extremity. What I want you to do, you might have to play with your distance from the wall. This one's really particular. I want you to bend your left knee 90 degrees. Now, notice I didn't let it come forward, okay? Bend your left knee 90 degrees. Now, I want you to rotate, externally rotate. Try to keep your pelvis squared forward. Now, what I want you to do is take your left leg inward behind your right leg and have that left foot push into the wall. Now, there may be some rotation that comes with it. Try to at least keep your torso squared forward. I've got my right hand on the wall here. Come on, off the wall, out of rotation, and down. Let's turn around. We're going to go side to side. All right, let's have you with your left side oriented towards the wall. Let's bend the right knee 90 degrees. Let's rotate it out, and let's push into the wall with the whole bottom side of that right foot. Good, 10 seconds. And come on off the wall, out of rotation. and down. Let's keep that left side oriented towards the wall. This one might be a little more subtle in terms of the visual. Okay, I want you to take that inside arm, that left arm. I want you to reach it backwards. Okay, you don't have to keep your elbow locked. Just keep as close to straight as you functionally can. Now I want you to push into the wall with the back of your left hand. So you're extended and abducted through your shoulder. Try not to get your shoulder blade involved. Try to just keep it as neutral as you can. Halfway. All right, off the wall, back to your side. Let's change sides. All right, right shoulder extended, push straight out into the wall. Time is going. Twenty seconds left. 5 seconds. Good. Okay, let's have you turn your left side back towards the wall. And what I'd like you to do is you can have your left pinky toe on the wall if you want. I want you to just stagger your right foot back a little bit. Okay, right foot back so that's about in line with your left heel. I want you to bring your arms up, left hand, wall side hand clamps over right fist, and I want you to turn to the wall. You might be tempted to sort of fit your hips around, try to keep them in the same position so that your pelvis is squared forward. And this might feel like a weak position. And that's okay. It's very end range. Five seconds. Come off the wall and relax. Let's go to the other side. Let's have you can put as an anchor point for the positioning, you can put your right pinky toe against the wall. Have the left foot staggered back so the left big toe is in line with your right heel. Arms come up, right hand over left fist, twist. Halfway. Come on back and relax. Okay, let's go down on our backs. Let's do that. Let's do that. There's some stuff to do here. Okay, so flat on your backs. And I can't remember if we did this on Wednesday, but we're going to do something twice in a week. This is going to be something to focus on. Let's have you bend your left knee, put the left foot on top of the right shin, maybe just below the knee or on the thigh, just above the knee. And from here, I want you to keep your ribs fully on the ground as you twist the left side of your butt up and over. So that doesn't mean fully taking your knee to the other side. That's like that ancient, outdated sort of physiotherapy stretch. Just think about taking the left side of your pelvis a little bit off the ground. The smaller, the better, to some extent. And relax. Good. Let's go to the other side. Let's have you straighten your left knee. Right knee is bent. Right foot on top of the left shin. Twist over. And you can see, like, I'm not a particularly mobile person. You can see that the lift of my right butt cheek off the ground is not significant. It's not about getting the knee all the way around. There's no concern about that at all. It's purely about movement of the lower part of the trunk versus movement of the upper part of the trunk. This is actually trunk rotation. This is spinal rotation, just from the bottom versus the top. I've got actually a great machine in the gym that does this now, throws people off, but in a good way. Okay, rant over. 10 seconds left. And relax. Good. Okay. So bend both knees. I'm going to turn around for this one. You can stay where you are, just so you can see me. I want you to bend both knees, feet flat on the ground. All right. I want you to take your body. You can just sort of commando crawl it over to the left, just a little over to the left. Right arm across your chest, both shoulder blades on the ground. I want you to have your left arm down by your side. See where my hand is? Left arm is down by your side. I want you to reach and try to reach as far past your butt as possible. Bring your arm into your side. Arm squeezing into the body. So my wrist is squeezing into my hip right now. Five seconds. And relax. Let's have you take your arm off. Let's come back to center. Change sides. So side bend a little bit to the right now. Just kind of get yourself over there. And now drop your shoulder blade. Try to squeeze your right arm into your body. You might actually feel, some of you may actually feel this as more of a trunk and spine exercise, like a side bend. Good. And relax. Okay. So now what I want you to do is straighten your right leg. We're focusing on the left leg. I want you to bring your knee back towards you. I don't want it to be so far that your pelvis kind of shifts. Let's have your natural low back curve remain as is. I want you to put your hand on your thigh. Okay. I want you to create some force between your hand and your thigh. Left hand on left thigh, a little bit of force. Now keeping the force, rotate through the hip so that the foot goes to the inside. The force you must keep. I know Matt rolled his eyes when I said that one. Probably everybody else did too. That's okay. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. 10 seconds. And come on, out of rotation and relax. Let's bring the right leg, right knee back towards you. Hand on the thigh, create some force between the hand and the thigh, and rotate. Rotate through the hip. Good. Come on, out of rotation and relax. Okay, let's turn over on our fronts. Let's finish off the segmental portion of the day. I'm about to sneeze. Pardon. Excuse me. Apologies there. Apparently, I have hay fever. Never had it before. Anyway, enough whining. Let's have you flat on your fronts. Beginning our sequence here. Let's bend both knees. Make sure the legs are separate, but shoulder width apart, hip width apart, something like that. I want you to lock your ankles. Okay. Now, without moving through your hips or bringing your legs out to the side, I want you to just lock your ankles and twist the toes out to the side. Twist the ankles, twist the toes out. Good. Almost there. Okay. I want you to keep the ankles locked. I want you to bring the ankles back to center. Now, from the center point, I want you to simply point through the ankles. Good. 15 seconds to go. And relax. Good. Okay, so let's have you keep your arms in this nice supportive position up top. And we're going to do full spine extension over 2 exercises. So I want you to keep your arms in this supportive position. Like I said, I don't want you using them for leverage. Okay, so don't worry about pushing into the ground with your arms. What I want you to do is keep your eyes on the ground, lift your head as high as you can. From here, push your chin up and forward. Time is going. Good, keep going. 5 seconds. And tuck the chin in, bring yourself down. Now what I want you to do is bring your arms to your sides. If you prefer to keep your arms in the supportive position up top for this, that's fine. You can straighten your knees. Please don't lift your legs for this, okay? If you can, cool. Still don't. I want you to drive your pelvis, belly button into the ground, and then lift through your chest. Your neck should be relaxed. The backs of my hands are still on the ground. My arms and my hands are also relaxed. Excuse me. Five seconds. Good. Okay, so now I want you to bring your bring your right arm up top. I'm going to switch just because of the camera angle. Have your left arm down by your side. Okay, palm is in. You can close your fist or keep your hand open. What I want you to do is raise the arm as high as you can. Now I want you to pull it in towards the body. Time is going. Seven seconds. And relax. Left arm up top now, right arm down by your side. Let's have you raise that right arm and let's pull into the body. Good. 20 seconds. 10. And relax. So that brings us to the end of our segmental portion of the day. Stay on your fronts, please. Arms both in this up top position. I want you to do your Rocky press from here. So left arm reaches overhead, right elbow pulls to the hip. Time is going. You can go to kneeling for this if this position is not a good one for you. You can also stand up and perch your hips on the wall. Try your best not to bow your head to the floor. Just keep it in line right where it is. If your fingertips are on the floor when you're on your front, that's okay, or your palm. Just reach, do the best you can. And let's relax or flow through. Totally up to you. I have a heavy bias in favor of taking recovery. And that's so that my work period is as intense as it can be, is as useful as it can be. And reach. Right arm up, left elbow towards the hip. It's my contention, conjecture, feeling that the way people most underserve themselves in the exercise process is with rest. two sides of the same coin look like people who don't exercise at all and people who exercise so much that either within a workout or between workouts give themselves insufficient recovery. And relax. Good. Let's stand up. Let's go into a slide back lunge. Let's go into a slide back lunge. Let's have you with your weight on your left foot. You can use the wall to help you get into the position if you like. Slide that right foot back. Dig those back toes into the floor. Dig the front foot into the floor. Time is well underway. Five seconds. And come on up. Good. Let's go to the other side. And time is going. On side two. 15 seconds to go. One line from your head to your back foot. Back toes digging into the ground. And come on up. Good. Let's have a seat. And we're going to do any version of the upright bicycle that you see fitting. So version one, I've got my left knee bent, right leg straight. I can twist and push back into my own left thigh. Version two elevates the left foot. Version three hovers the right straight leg as well. Time is well underway. Ten seconds. And relax. Let's go to the other side. Rotate to the right. Push back into your own right thigh in whatever configuration you've chosen, whichever version of this posture you've chosen. Five seconds. And relax. Good, 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 good. Let's go over on our fronts. And let's go with our arms down by our sides, legs together. Squeeze, tight, tight, tight. Arms by your sides, palms up. You can try to lift your legs if you're like. Try to just keep them together, please, as you raise your arms up. This is our, what do I call this one? Mermaid posture. I like to put my heels together so my feet look like a fishtail. Helps me get my thighs together so we get that intent through the hips the contrast, a lot of the other postures that we do from this front lying situation. And relax. Good. Let's have you sit up nice and tall. This is a unique one. I wanted to do an overhead posture. Let's have you with your legs out nice and straight. Hands up, palms in, chest up tall. Reach overhead. Now understand this, if you have to slouch back to get your arms overhead, aim is off. Keep the body upright, the legs as straight as you can, and the upright, the overhead reach is based on those first two things being in place. If you have to bend your knees to keep your torso straight, that's first priority, that's fine. Then try to get your legs straight, then try to get those arms right up overhead. And relax. Good. Let's have you come on up to standing. Cross back lunge. Weight on the left foot. I like to use my hand to help me get into the position. And then I cross back. I'm going to keep the tip of my back toe on the floor. Tempting a little bit of wobble here. Maybe even float the toe up just a touch. Five seconds. Come on up. Good. Weight on the right foot. Cross that left leg down around him. Cross that left leg down around and back, laughing at my little stumble. There's another one. Comedy of errors. Okay. There we go. Fifteen seconds. Come on up. Good. Okay. Last one. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. I had a plan. Then I forgot the plan. Now the plan is back. Hips on the wall. Back of the left hand on the wall. Right heel on the wall. Tip, don't dip over that left hip. Into this figure skater posture. Just as a reminder, when I say tip, don't dip, what I mean is I want you tilting over this hip, not dive bombing your head down and be like, look, mom, I got lower. Okay. Mom's just happy you're exercising. Five seconds. Come on down. Let's go to the other side. Weight on the right foot. Left heel on the wall. And let's tip, not dip. 15 seconds. At the end of this, I'd ask you to take the opportunity to just be still on your mat for a few seconds. Come on down. Just be still. Take a breath. You did great things for yourself today just by being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'll see you on Monday. Have an excellent, excellent weekend.